Friday. Yes, I figured I'd show up for a quick lunch and learn. It's about 1:49. I like to show up at 1:30 every day, my prime time for a quick lunch and learn, but I wanted to show up to share with you 5 easy ways to change your mindset. Who wants to change your mindset? Raise your hand. Yes. Give me a high five. Yes, Derisha, I need to change the way that I'm thinking. I'm giving you high five through the screen. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, let's talk about it. It's Friday. Yes, let's talk about building your business, start a business, but most importantly, the only way that you can be a successful entrepreneur if you change the way you think, change your mindset. What are you feeding your brain? Everything that you feed grows. If you feed negativity, that's going to grow. If you feed positivity, that's what's going to grow, right? So if you have a plant and you're feeding that plant, it's going to grow. So whatever you water grows. And so what I want you to do is think about, what are you saying to yourself? How are you feeding yourself every single day? Yes, if you're a newbie to me, make sure you put newbie in the comments below. Say, I'm a newbie, I'm a newbie, I'm a newbie. Put newbie so I can see you. I want to acknowledge all of the newbies. That means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. And yes, I'm Jerusha Wiggins, motivational speaker, radio personality, and business coach in a direct sales business. And I help women start a business in my organization is going down. Or I help you build your current businesses online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, double threat, double threat in the comments below. Double threats, because I started my business initially offline, did all the things, became successful, a part of the top 2%. And then in 2017, 2018, went online. I made all the mistakes online, posting and praying. And then I learned strategies, marketing strategies, how to brand myself online to build my business both ways. So I am teaching women how to live up to their full potential online and offline. So make sure you double threat, baby. I got a newbie in the house. Yes. Is that, I can't read it. It's so far away. Okay, Southland. That's all I can see. Hello, newbie. Southland is in the building. Yvonne is in the building. Melissa on TikTok is in the building. Cashelle is in the building. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. I see you. Of course. Yes, Rena is in the building. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about it. 5 easy ways to change your mindset. If you want to start a business, grow a business, you got to start with yourself. Okay. First of all, it's all about you, baby. You're it. And so I need you to own it. You're the problem. You're the solution. I said that the other day. If you're a newbie to me and you're like, what? You want to join me every Tuesday, 1:30 on my business page. I go live. I share actionable business tips just for you to start being a different person, showing up as a different version of yourself. You got to make the transformation. This is transformation nation right now. If you don't change your mind, the same experiences of lack will perpetuate itself over and over again. You are a victim to your own mind. Write that down. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. Yes, if you tag and share, you're my people. You and I just became besties. If you're getting value or this is helpful, make sure you share, because when I share like this, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Write that down. Say, Jerusha said, knowledge is the new rich. Nothing is more powerful than a changed mind. Transformation nation over here. And that means you see people transform their businesses. Before, everybody was offline. And then you had online show up and say, you can build a business online. Now people are online. You got to transform. You have to change. How many people are transforming right now, right? During this, well, last year, the pandemic, or coming out of the pandemic or whatever, everybody had to change. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Write that down. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. You can choose to stay where you are, but everything's going to change with or without you. No one's going to wait for you. Technology will still change. People will still change. The way we do business will change. You better write that down. If you don't transform your mind, you are still the same. You're a part of the walking dead because you're choosing. We all make choices. There's a book. What's the book? I can't think of the book. It's called Mindset. Okay. It's called Mindset. And I think her last name is DeWick or something like that. But the book that I live by says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You got to want to change. The problem is most people say they want a business, they want to start a business, they want to do this, but they don't want to change. They don't want to grow. They don't want to transform. But that's what it's going to take. Have you watched the Transformer? I have 2 boys. They used to watch the Transformer, and the Transformer would turn from a car to a person. Then it was transformed to this, to that. You got to do the same thing in your businesses. You got to do the same thing with the way that you're thinking. So the key to reaching your full potential in this transformation season is your mindset. Write that down. Now, a pretty person is putting this in the comments for me because you and I, yes, you're part of the pretty people. All the pretty people are in my private group. So if you are a part of the pretty people and you want to be, make sure you comment and put these notes down. So if you're watching the replay, put replay below. Okay, write that down. So here's some ways to change your mindset. I'm going to give you about 5 ways to change your mindset. Really easy, something you can start doing today. Because the good news is that you can change the moment you make the decision. Change is inevitable, right? Change is voluntary or involuntary, but necessary. And so number 1, I need you to learn to meditate, learn to pray, I need you to be still for a moment. Your mindset is a muscle that can be strengthened and improved upon. Every day you can strengthen this muscle. Just like people go to the gym to strengthen their arms, you can strengthen the muscle in your mind. Now, whatever that looks like for you, you can do it. There is nothing permanent except change. Okay, we're going to look differently a year from now. The hairstyles are going to be different. The way that we dress is going to be different. Everything changes. Nothing is permanent, right? Okay, now write this down. Number 2, say Jarucha. If this is helpful, make sure you hashtag helpful. Make sure you share and tag. And of course, if you haven't followed me yet, what? If you want some motivation, inspiration, and business tips, this is the page for you, okay? Number 2, make personal development a priority for yourself. I am always developing myself. This is, to me, number 1 is personal development. Write that down. Thank you so much. She says she liked my hair. Thank you so much. Taking the time to work on your own personal development. Let me say this. I say this almost every broadcast. Your income will rarely exceed your level of personal development. The reason why anybody isn't exactly where they want to be because they haven't learned enough yet. Okay? They haven't changed and transformed enough yet. But the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you invest in yourself. I'm all about self-development. If you are working a traditional 9-to-5, I'm going to tell you, you can still build a side hustle. That's how people do it. That's what I did. But you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to make sure if you are driving to work, you're driving home from work. That's Drive Time University. Write that down. That's Drive Time University. You should be listening to some podcast. You should be listening to some motivation, inspiration, something like this. You should always be pouring into yourself. Remember, I said, whatever you water grows, right? Watering yourself with the knowledge. This is free information, right? But you also have to implement what you learn. So personal development, in my opinion, is number 1. Once you start reading books, listening to, Clubhouse, finding whatever your niche is, listening and learning and implementing. Listening, learning, implementing. Let's say it with me. Listening, learning, implementing. That's the name of the game. That's how you grow. Number 3, I need you to retrain your brain. Number 3, whatever you have learned, you can unlearn. Retrain your brain by noticing like 3 positive changes per day. Change the way that you think. Everybody is not going to be interested in your product, your service, your opportunity. But let me tell you this, everybody probably, right, once they're educated, they know the benefits, you can get people, right, interested in your product, service, and opportunity. But you got to change the way you think about your business. Retrain the brain. Okay. You remember all the things that you've learned growing up, and then you realize as you got older, those things weren't true or they were not helpful to your lifestyle. So you changed. The same thing applies here. So I need you to create some type of practice of noticing 3 changes a day. This is your homework. Create a practice noticing 3 changes a day that you have, made, or that you made an impact on somebody else. Okay. What is it that you can change? Start with you. So I show up every Tuesday at 1:30. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. When I learn something new, I come on here and I share it, right? My hope is to change the world in my own little way. So you got to look at, how am I changing? How am I helping? Okay. Notice what you do on a daily basis. Get a journal, write it out, make it plain. Transformation literally means going beyond your form. That's all it is. It's just stretching yourself. Most people, if you're a mom, your stomach was stretched, your booty was stretched, your face was stretched, right? Because you was birthing something. Birthing sometimes hurts. And sometimes birthing something new leaves a stretch mark, right? And so if you're birthing a business, it causes you to transform. Just like, once the mind is stretched, it can never go back to its old dimensions. Because once somebody tell you, listen, you want to make $100,000 a year? And you're like, yes. What if you can make $100,000 a month? I hang around people who make $100,000 a month, right? $200,000 a month, $300,000 a month. So once you know that information, you've witnessed that information, it's hard for you to say, well, I don't know about that. You know it. You know it exists. And you know it's possible for you if you're willing to put in the sweat equity, if you're willing to transform. How many people right now today, be honest, how many of you are really, really, really wanting to transform your life right now? Put transformation nation over here. #transform. You want to do whatever is necessary. That's my mom calling. Okay. You want to transform your business. First, you got to transform yourself. #transform, Jerusha. That's me. That's me. That's me. If that's you, put in the comments, transform. You're ready. You really got to ask yourself, is that true? Because most people are wanting to, they're not willing to. Because willing to requires you to be stretched. Willing to, requires you to be uncomfortable every day. Every day your business coach, your mentor, your upline tells you to do something, it should be uncomfortable, because that's how you're transforming. Okay. If you want to stay where you are, stop saying you want to grow. If you don't want to do anything differently, stop saying you want to grow. You do not. It sounds good, but you're not willing to transform yourself. Number 4, I need you to focus. Focus on your long-term vision. And I know a pretty person is putting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the comments for me. Yes. Okay. Focus on your long-term vision. What's the vision, girl? Make it plain. What is your vision for your future? Change is often uncomfortable, but it's necessary if you want to build a business. So transformation isn't a future event. It's a present day activity. Write that down. You can have that one. Okay. Okay. Write this down. Transformation isn't a future event. It's a present day activity. Every day I'm working on myself. Every day I'm working on my business. Every day I'm putting in the sweat equity. Every day you're doing it. It's a present day activity. It's not someday. It's not one day. Someday leads to a town called nowhere. Okay. Someday leads to a town called nowhere. That's where you're going. Nowhere. Number 5, you ready? Oh, say Jerusha, Jerusha, Jerusha. Accept that change will happen with or without you. Write that down. Number 5, accept it. Listen, I want to be honest with you. Accept that change will happen with or without you. Accept it. Life is short, time is precious, and your ego is always in need of a short shot of humility. First of all, don't let your ego get in the way. Your ego is not your amigo. Let it go. Let it go. It's okay to start over. It's okay to regroup. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're under construction. We're all under construction. If somebody is looking at you, criticizing you, say, girl, I'm under construction. Come back in 3 weeks. I'm under construction. Come back in 6 months. I'm under construction. Come back next year. But that means you got to be transforming today. That means you got to change your mindset today. When you transform, you should look differently, talk differently, move differently. Your environment is different. People will see that you changed. If they're still wondering, is this girl changing? Houston, we have a problem. Change is inevitable, but transformation is by conscious choice. We all make choices. I tell my boys all the time, listen. We all make choices. You are making a conscious choice every day if you are growing yourself. Every day is a choice. Are you reading a book, a chapter, a page, whatever it is? Those are choices. You do have time. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. The beggar and the billionaire have the same 24 hours. The beggar and the billionaire have the same 24 hours. You do have time. And I'm not saying, right, things don't come up. Life doesn't happen. I'm not saying that. It happens to me. However, life doesn't happen like that every day. So stop making excuses not to win. Stop making excuses not to transform. Stop making excuses not to change. You deserve this. This is your season. This is Transformation Nation. This is the season of knowing what you are made of. You better understand we're not going back to how it used to be. I didn't want to learn how to get online. I didn't want to learn the technology part of social media. I didn't want to learn TikTok. But I said, you know what? Let's learn this platform. Let's do it. And now I have, I don't know how many people asking, what is the business? What do you do? I want your product and services. I have a course. How can I get in your course? Because I was willing to transform. Was it easy? No. I'm not going to be that leader that tells you it was easy. I'm going to tell you it was necessary. I'm going to tell you I'm happy I did it, right? And so, like I said, sometimes when you're being stretched, it hurts. When you were stretched, when you had your baby, it hurts. It hurts. But guess what? You got what you wanted. Yes or yes. Was it worth it? Yes or yes. Would you do it again? Yes. So we all make choices. So write this down. Those are your 5 easy ways right now to start transforming yourself, to change your mindset. If you want more of this, you like, Jerusha, wait a minute. I need more of this motivation. I need more of these business tips. Well, I'm live every Tuesday at 1:30 on my business page. So if you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, you got to come over here to my pretty people over here on my Facebook page. Yes. And then, of course, I have my private community, my private group where I'm going to be nurturing that group. That is the plan. So if you're not in that group, you're more than welcome to join us. But it's all positivity over here. If you are negative, you are not my people. Okay? You're not my people. So if you have that positive energy, then you're my people. All the pretty people who show up, yes. Miss Kimberly is in the building. Thank you so much. Sylvia is in the building. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if you want some more of this, the link is in my bio. So do me a favor, click the link in my bio. It's just one link. It says Leadership Express Info. And that's my link tree. That way, if you want to be a part of that community, you can just join us over there. If I can help you, please share and tag, because if you share, you get to ask me any business question and I will teach on that subject, or I will answer you privately. But I just want you to know, I'm just so thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha Wiggins, and I'll see you on the page. Have a great day. Enjoy your Friday. It's Friday. Yes. I'll see you on Tuesday. Oh, look at all the beautiful people.